Hey, Arisby. How you doing, Arisby? Girl, that video you did yesterday was so good. That was a good video. That was a good live. I gotta go back and share it. Thank you for those hearts and thumbs up. Yes, that was a good live. So if any of you guys come through this live, or any of the four of you who are watching, or anybody who catches this replay, please go and check out Arisby Chronicles, Best Spread Chronicles, aka Arisby, and you'll find a good tutorial on how to do black hair. And it's about how she does it, how she does her hair. So, you never know. The way you do your hair may be the way she does hers, and then again, the way Arisby was doing her hair, the product she was using, you may use some of the same products, but you may not do it that way. You may be able to go over there and find some good tips, because she had some good tips, and her chat had some good tips. You're tired. Girl, get you some rest. Get you some rest. Look, I was like, oh, I'm loving this video, because I came in there and I spoke. Then I had to get ready to cook. I had to get ready to shower. And I'm like, shoot, I'm sitting here looking at Arisby give this tutorial. Because that's what it was, y'all. It was just like a nice, easy vibe. Nice, easy video. Like I said, she gave a lot of good tips. Talked about a lot of good, healthy things. So please, I won't tell you everything that she talked about, because I want you to go over there and check it out. But I will let you know that it's well worth the watch. And not just for black hair, black people, but for all people. Because guess what? In cosmetology school now, they're teaching both races or all races to do all hair. Hey, Shawanda. Right, I remember you saying you had to shower. Yep, I was so I was listening. A lot of times I'm sorry about that noise, y'all. It's a little bit noisier over here today. A lot of times I come in and I say hello, and I'll say something a little bit later. Like, I try to interact with the chat, but sometimes, girl, you be having to do stuff. You got family, you got to cook, you got to clean, you just getting off work. So I just let it play, and I make sure to give the person the view. I let it play, make sure to give them the view. Just to support each other. So, y'all, please go check that video out. Again, it's so nice to see. I think they've been doing this a while now in cosmetology school, where Caucasian people learn to do black people's hair. Black people learn to do Caucasian hair. They learn to cut it. Not only cut it, they learn to know what products work well for what group of people. So I'm glad that they're teaching that in cosmetology school. A lot more in this day than they did years ago. Hey, Jill. Arisby says, yes, me too. Thank you, Arisby. Yes, please thumbs up the live. I would appreciate it. Y'all know I don't be fussing about that. But as content creators, we like to see y'all give us a thumbs up, okay? So please, Best Spread Chronicles, aka Arisby, check out her video yesterday. And again, that was a great tutorial-like video for people with black hair. And she just had a lot of good information. Again, I'm not going to tell you all of the things that she talked about, because I want you guys to go watch it. And tell somebody else to go watch it. Okay? Y'all go watch it. Tell somebody else to go watch it. Hey, 70 Senior TV. Hey, my friend. What you up to? I was in your live a little bit earlier. Hello. Is it morning there? It's evening here. I'm glad that you're still up. Well, you will be up for a while, won't you? Glad to see you in the live. Glad to see Jill's Comfort Zone in the live. I hope you guys have been having a great start to your new year, right? A great start to your new year. I hope you're doing well, you and your families. Okay? We're going to take these steps. See? You don't need equipment all the time. See? You don't need equipment. Boom, 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 boom. Just don't get dizzy, okay? boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And you keep it moving. It's morning there. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Jill says, welcome to Lounge Pride, where we walk, talk positivity, and watch those legs move. Come on, Jill. Frank, thank you. Y'all heard the moderator. My long, long time moderator, okay? Okay? Y'all heard what she said? Watch the legs move. We're about positivity. We want to walk and talk. Talk about some good adult conversation. We can be silly sometimes, too. Adults can be silly, right? It's a part of the fun. Thank you for those hard 70s. I appreciate you. Jill says, right, 70 says, hello, Jill. So, y'all, like I said, whether you have New Year's resolutions or goals, or you just want to do better, do it, okay? Do it. I understand the wanting to do better. I really do. But I don't know if that's like a good way to just, get away from making goals and resolutions because you feel like you won't fulfill them. So you just say, well, I'm going to do better. But listen, if it works for you, it works for you. We're all different, right? We're all different. Some people don't do anything. They don't set resolutions. They don't set goals. They don't even have the thought that they want to do better. They're just glad to be alive, okay? They're just glad to be alive. Thank you, Arisby. I appreciate that super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But yeah, I was just, girl, let me tell you. I was thinking about that video, and I know I keep talking about it, but the reason I'm not going to tell y'all everything we talked about. Just know that it was very informative. But the reason I'm talking about it is because she was unapologetically her, okay? She was unapologetically her. She did her hair, she combed it, she blow dried it, and she just gave a lot of good information. She received a lot of good information. She was willing to receive information. You guys know how I say we drop nuggets over here? I would like to think that I dropped some nuggets. I try to keep them minor and mild because I don't want people saying, oh, she told me to do this and it didn't work and stuff like that. But we try to drop nuggets over here. So she was just giving bits of information, and the chat they were giving bits of information. And everything may not work for everybody. But the thing about it is that they shared the information, okay? They shared the information. And there was a plethora of ideas, okay? There were so many things that could potentially work for you. So that's why I keep saying you guys to go check that out. And again, I just like the fact that I see some videos, but like in the area where I kind of go a little bit, the areas I venture into, people aren't willing to just get on TV or YouTube and do their hair like that. So that was what I really like too. Jill says, yes, I don't do resolutions either anymore. Yeah, a lot of people don't do that. 70s, you connected with Jill? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's what it's about, connecting. Let's watch the emoji 70s because they say that they don't like too many emojis. I know we're in different countries. I think they let you guys get away with that a lot. But they don't really let us get away with the emojis like that. That's considered spam. So like 2 or 3 are okay per comment, but like 2 or 3 back to back, I'm not sure about that. What you think, Jill, about the emojis and spamming? Isn't that how that works? Or have you really ever thought about that? Okay, I thought so. Yes, 70s. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting. But I think your emoji limit is kind of good right now. Right, it's good right now. So y'all, I don't know, this man is cleaning something. It sounds like he's detailing a car, but he's not. He's just cleaning some equipment. So I'm gonna try to avoid that because it's really, really loud. And we're gonna cut through here. So y'all just remember, it is a new week. It is a new day, a new Monday, a new week, a new month, a new year. Okay? A new day, a new Monday, a new week, a new month, a new year. And just look, it's never too late to start trying to get it right. It's never too late to start trying to be better. It's never too late to just start trying to do the things that are conducive to your growth and prosperity and your productivity, okay? Hey, me time. You're welcome, 70s. You're welcome. I know you don't mean any harm. I just know that sometimes the app kind of, you know, certain places can do certain things and certain places can't. So I just like to, I make sure I don't spam. Well, I know that you don't mean to, but I think that's what they consider it when you use too many emojis. So I thank you for being here and for supporting. And you know when you go live again, I'm going to come through and say hello. Me time, how are you? Welcome into the live. Welcome into the chat. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad to see you. Okay, y'all, another way you can use work the body, okay? Trick the body, work the body, trick the body. Make sure you don't hurt the body. Just use what you got. You don't have equipment. Just use, see, crossover, go back, go back, go back. Then you turn and you do the other side. Okay? That's all you do. You use what you have, okay? Use what you have. If you don't want to purchase a lot of equipment, find ways to work your body, okay? Find ways to work your body. And thank you again, RSV, for that super sticker. I do appreciate you. Jill says, hello, me time. Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you, Jill. Thanks for being here. Please click the like button. All right, and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time here, your second time here, your third time here, and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Okay. We can support each other in so many ways, right? We can give a thumbs up. If you don't like to do that, you don't want to do that, watch for a few minutes, a minute or two. Long enough to help, okay? Long enough to help. Come back and watch the replay. You don't have to watch all of it. Watch parts of it. Long enough to help. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, please. We appreciate you. Subscribe. Once you have subscribed, tap that notification bell. That's another way. You know, if you subscribe and you just, you know, that's great. But tap the notification bell for all. I call that my YouTube doorbell, okay? Tap it for all. That way you'll know every time I upload a short, go live, or do a video. I don't really upload a lot of videos, but I think I'm gonna start doing that more because honestly, I think those videos are more helpful than not. I think uploading the videos are more helpful than not. I really do. So, yes, upload the videos, because I think with the videos, with lives, when you compare lives to videos, you know, I don't feel this way, but sometimes people feel like, I gotta catch the live, but you don't. You can, it would be great, it's supportive if you do, but you can also support by catching the replay, okay? So, some people prefer video uploads, some people prefer lives. I prefer lives to kind of just go ahead and knock it out because I don't like to do a lot of editing. Because if you upload a video, you want your video to be nice, right? Like Jill does a lot of editing. She likes that. That's something she enjoys doing. Yeah, I don't enjoy editing. I don't. And it's not that I'm lazy. I already told y'all, we got to know our faults, right? Our flaws. I have a flaw when it comes to patience. Patience, having patience. And I just feel like, man, I'm done. Let me just go live. So, you know, and you could upload a video without doing a lot of editing if you would like, especially if you don't have a lot of mistakes. But then again, sometimes that makes the video great, right? Sometimes it makes the video great to see the bloopers, right? Just correction. I don't love it, but I don't like going live all the time. I understand. I got you. You know, we all got our reasons, our rhymes and reasons for it. And sometimes one thing is more convenient than the other. And like you said, sometimes you just kind of just prefer one over the other for whatever reason. And sometimes you really don't have a reason. Sometimes you really don't have a reason. Y'all, so I want to try to remember to say prayers to the people in Southern California, because I haven't watched the news in the past day or so much, but the last time I watched it, there were more fires. It's just like a bunch of fires at this point. And the two that they were talking about, I think Friday, they were only 6% and 8% contained. So they said that the one good thing was that the winds was not as heavy. The wind was not as heavy. So we're still praying for those people. You know, they need some rain. They need some rain. They need some rain and snow. You got snow, I guess, everywhere except maybe that part of the country. You got snow everywhere except for maybe that part of the country. And you know, it's not snowing now everywhere. Some places have warmed up. But it would be so nice if they could get, okay, Jill, thank you. Come on back when you can. It would be so nice if Southern California could get some snow. I know several people have several family members and friends who have had to evacuate. Fortunately, as of right now, their homes are good. Their homes are okay. Hey, me time. Thank you for coming over. Their homes are good. First and foremost, they are safe. Their homes are okay as of now. And let's just continue to pray that they get these fires under control, that they get them out. Appreciate the countries like Mexico and Canada who are also sending in firefighters. You know, that's why I'm really into politics, but I really don't like to discuss politics on here, because it can anger you. It can actually anger you to see the way certain people talk about certain countries, and then to see those countries extend their helping hand. And you have some people who legit think that they are owed that. You know, the arrogance in the United States amongst some people, the arrogance is off the charts. The arrogance level is off the charts. They really believe. Now, I'm not going to lie. When there are certain people in control of government in the United States helps. They help. Sometimes we get upset because we feel like a lot of the help that's going outside of the country should be staying within the country. So the United States does help. They help. We help people. And I say we because we are tax-paying citizens. And whenever any financial assistance of any kind is given to other nations, then we the people are helping. We the people are helping. So I was glad to see that Canada and Mexico sent over firefighters to try to assist with this fire. I'm grateful to them for that. I'm not in California, but I have family and friends that are. And when you think about it on a broad spectrum, just think about it. This is our country and they're helping us. Okay? So very happy and glad to receive that help. And I just hope these fires get under control, y'all. They get under control. Y'all, please look at the legs move. Watch the legs move. That's why we always have it on the legs. Watch the legs move. Hopefully that encourages you, motivates you to get up and move. Okay? Get up and move your body. Move. All right? What do we want to do before we get up and move? We want to stretch. Think of the word radar. I'm going to remember to look that up and see what type of word that is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The words that they're spelled the same way, whether you read them left to right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I cannot think of what they call those words. But when I think of stretching, I think of exercising, my routine. I think of radar. You start with R, you end with R. You start with stretching, you end with stretching, right? The R is for stretching. The A is for my warm-up. The D is for my workout. The A is for my cool down. And the last R is what? It's for our stretching. And if you need to, if those joints tighten up, those muscles tighten up, anytime within the D, the workout, just stretch some more. Stretch some more. You stretch before and after, but you always stretch anywhere in between if you need to, okay? You want to work that body, make sure you don't hurt your body. We want to get that heart pumping. It is a muscle, all right? It's a muscle as well. So we want to keep that heart pumping. We want to work it, but know your limits. Know your limits. You don't want to overwork it. You also want to trick your body. You don't want to do the same thing every time for an extended period of time with your workouts, right? Whatever your goal is, whether it's to lose weight, mental release, okay, fitness. Overall, it's going to be fitness, physical and mental fitness, right? But some people have a specific goal to lose weight. Some people, they're just working out for better health. Some people are just working out because they need that time to release. It's a relaxation time for them. That's their me time. So it helps you, okay? It helps you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So for whatever your goal is with your workout, try your best to be as consistent as possible, all right? And be persistent about being consistent and keep moving. Keep moving. Move with a purpose. I know sometimes we don't feel like moving fast. We just want to kind of stroll and just, kind of stride along. That's okay. Whatever works for you at your fitness level, okay? People say that your health is your wealth. I like to say that your health and your fitness are your wealth, because you can be absolutely healthy. Your numbers can be off the charts. Great, I mean, when I say that. Your lab numbers. But how do you feel when you go, you have to walk at work if you have to go up the stairs, down the stairs? Do you always take the elevator? When you go to Walmart, when you go to Target, or like some say Target, do you park as close as you can to the door, or any department store? Or do you park, a good distance so you can incorporate some walking into that trip? Yes, I know you guys, some of you walk at work, some of you walk, when you're going to the store, you're like, well, I'm going to walk inside. But we're talking about consistency and persistency, doing it straight, 30 minutes. That is the focus. The movement is the focus. The movement is the focus, right? Non-stop. You want to keep moving. Keep moving. Again, that heart is a muscle. You want to work that heart, but you don't want to overwork it. And therefore, we always give this what? Personalized and professionalized disclaimer. YouTube doesn't give us certifications, registrations, or licensures. We go to school for that. Those of us who have, we've gone to school for that, and that was hard work, right? So we've earned the right to even give you a disclaimer, okay? Over here in Lions Pride, we do not professionally, medically, or clinically assess, diagnose, treat, or evaluate. We just drop nuggets over here, little bits of information, and we don't get into too much detail because you never know who your message is reaching. And we make it clear that anything you see me do over here or hear me say, do so at your own risk, all right? Always, always, always. Listen, let me tell you, you can get up and just take a walk without calling the doctor, okay? If you're able-bodied, you can do that. But if you want to start, restart, change, or even end your exercise routine, always consult your primary healthcare provider. Be your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant. Let your specialty doctors know what you're doing, okay? Because they have to be on the same page. If you've had injuries in the past, consult with your physical therapist, your occupational therapist. If you are no longer seeing them, go ahead and just consult with those doctors. They form a circle around you. I call that circle an atom. You are the nucleus of that atom, meaning you are the most important part of what? The team, right? Because the nucleus is the most important part of the cell, right? So you always, 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 you want to contact them, consult with them. Let them know how you feel. Let them know if they've given you a plan or they've approved the plan and it doesn't seem to be working. Let them know. You guys can go back and revisit the plan. You can revisit the plan. Hold on just a second, guys. Okay, guys. So yeah, you can always go back and revisit the plan, the program, the regimen, and you guys can, just change things up, switch things up, change things up if they aren't working for you. They just want to make sure that you are moving. Keep moving. Keep that synovial fluid moving. You do that by moving. Keep that blood pumping. Keep that heart pumping. Keep that blood getting to the places that it needs to go. Keep that lymphatic system moving. Okay? That's what it all does. But make sure that you know your limitations. Make sure that you know your limitations. You want to work your body. You want to work your body. But make sure you don't hurt your body. Okay? And when it seems like you have hit a plateau and you're not getting any results, switch up what you're doing. Switch up what you are doing. Switch up your routine. Most times, your doctor is going to give you or help you, or he's going to send you to someone who will help you formulate a plan. And maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. Maybe you go to the gym. He's told you what your fitness level is. So you go to the gym, you talk to one of the personal trainers, and they can help you to establish a plan, right? And if that plan seems to be a bit much, or if that plan seems to, not be working for you, let them know. Switch it up, switch it up. And sometimes it works, but again, like I said, it's like your body will hit a plateau, kind of like a writer. When a writer gets writer's block, right? Kind of like when a writer gets writer's block. So do what you can for your fitness level. Never try to compete with the person next to you at the gym, the person walking with you throughout the neighborhood that you see every day as you pass by and say hello. Don't compete with them. You cannot compete where you do not compare. Because when I say that, I mean you don't know what that person's history is. You don't know what their fitness level is. So only do what you can do. Try to do better than you did yesterday, the day before that, the week before that, the month before that, the year before that. And sometimes we will slide back, We kind of backslide, like they say at church. Sometimes you'll backslide, but remember, consistency is key. Consistency is key. It's just like moderation. Moderation is key. Even with exercise, if you're just now restarting an exercise program, moderation is key, okay? Moderation is key. Again, we don't have to use equipment in the home. We don't have to use equipment in the gym. We can use whatever we have. We can use groceries. We can use those steps like I just did. You can use the curbside, okay? All right. Remember, consistency is key, just as moderation is key. Consistency is key. Moderation is key. How much consistency you practice will help to determine how successful you are in reaching your goal. Okay? How much moderation you practice, as far as something like your diet or even exercise, will also help you, and it will determine how quickly you meet your goal. Okay? So again, we don't go into great detail, we drop nuggets. And when we drop these nuggets, and when you guys drop nuggets in the chat, listen, go and look that up, okay? Go and look it up. I don't care. You have a lot of therapists and doctors on here, right? They have done the things that they need to do to be able to put out that information and protect themselves. The professional, personalized disclaimers. We have put out the things that we need to do to protect ourselves. And honestly, that's all we can do. So when we tell you to, we're not telling you to do something, we're just making suggestions. We're throwing out things that you can do, right? Always research anything that you get. I don't care if that person is registered, licensed, professionally trained, a clinician, I don't care. Always research the information that you're told. Research it through reputable sources, and then talk with your healthcare team. Research it through reputable sources, and then talk with your healthcare team. And that will be a part of what takes place when you guys are figuring out what will work for you. Or at least coming up with your initial plan. Or maybe a change of plans, right? Just like we have to do with a lot of things. Sometimes we have plans. We may plan a vacation for July All of a sudden, the job is granted a vacation, and then they tell you, well, 10% of our workforce is gone as of June. They left, found other jobs, they quit, they transferred other locations. We don't know if you're going to be able to take that vacation. Now, if that's a new job that you've had maybe less than a year, that vacation may be more important to you. And you may look at it like it is what it is. I'm going on my vacation. You guys can allow me to do that and I come back to work or not. So you gotta think about what's, important to you. Now, if it's a job that you've had for 15 years, 5, 10, 15 years, you may say, okay, let me get on the phone. Let me see if I can change these dates. But you make it clear to that job that if I change these dates, all of my plans, my family, some of them may not be able to go now. I'm taking off the next one. So you just have to sometimes modify, have a change of plans, whether you want to or whether you don't. Sometimes we just have to modify. We have to change things up. And it's the same way with your exercise. If you feel that something is not working for you anymore, just change it up a little bit. Do something different. And also, you guys know I encourage you to get up and move at least 30 minutes each day. I say at least 30. An hour is great. An hour is preferable, but I know how it is. Sometimes it's time constraints. Sometimes people are just now getting back acclimated into exercising. And sometimes people just don't want to, That's just like people who exercise faithfully. Once they've attained all their goals, sometimes they will cut back. Once they've maintained their goals, they will go from walking 5 days a week to 3 days a week. Once they've gotten their fitness level right where they want it to be, they'll just maintain, okay? They'll go from doing weights 4 days a week, upper body 2 days, lower body 2 days, to maybe doing weights twice a week, full body 2 days, okay? So whatever works for you, whatever your goals are, just make sure that you stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent and be persistent about staying consistent. Keep moving. Keep those legs moving. Move at that waist. Move that waist. When you walk, there is a certain way to walk. I'm going to drop that nugget. You guys figure that out and look it up. There's a way to walk that is more beneficial for you health-wise, okay? But there are a lot of ways to do things differently. But you know your body. You know your health status. You know your fitness level. So we just drop nuggets letting you know that there are a lot of ways. There are different ways to do push-ups that are better for people. There are different ways to strengthen that core, the abdominal area. A variety of different ways, okay? Depending on your healthcare issues. So always listen to your body, but you're gonna always work that body. Make sure you don't hurt that body. Trick that body. Make sure you don't hurt that body. When you hit that block, like we said, that writer's block, that plateau, that fitness plateau, that means this exercise right now isn't helping you to reach your goal. Then do something different. Do something different for that area. You want to always remember to work alternative muscles. You don't want to just build up those triceps, right? You don't want to just build up the biceps. If you are doing arm curls for those biceps, you want to do something to help with those triceps as well. You want to keep your opposing muscles looking neat, looking balanced, okay? Looking balanced. You working these quads, you want to work these hamstrings as well. Keep it balanced, all right? We're going to go over so many of the free ways that you can exercise. Now, when I say free, I mean really not paying a gym or some fitness center. Now, you can do that. Some people, it works better for them to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially at this time of the year. There are so many different plans that they put out there. One, one, to increase their business, right? Two, is to help people reach their goals. You can do it any day of the year, but usually with those fitness centers and the gyms, the beginning of the year is prime time, all right? You see the commercials all day throughout the day on TV. You hear about them on the radio. They're getting it in your brain that this is the time for you to make that change physically that you want to make, to get into that exercise routine that you've been putting off. Now, any time of the year is good. Any time of the year is great. Any time of the year, any. But New Year, new you, New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, all that stuff, hey, jump on it. Jump on it like the fitness center does. Jump on it. They're putting it in your head. Go ahead, start that exercise program. Go ahead, start that exercise routine. What better way and what better time than to start now? It's January. From January 1st through 31st, you will be able to join this particular gym or this particular fitness center for $1. After that, it's only $10 per month. Now, after about 6 months to a year, that may go up to 20, 30 bucks, but they're going to do what they can to get you in there, okay? Okay? January 1st through 31st, $1. So go ahead and take advantage of it. Go ahead and take advantage of it. Yeah, after those 30, 31 days, you're going to feel like, oh, I got to remember that they're taking $10 a month. Because a lot of times it's not very expensive. Nowadays it's not. And so many people join gyms, and it's like the more people that join, the lower the price can be. The lower the price is. Have you guys noticed, I don't know, but in your local areas, when you pass by a gym, Planet Fitness, Crunch, Gold's Gym, something like that, if that parking lot is packed, guess what? That's a good thing for you in your pocket. Because the more people joining the gym, the lower the price will be. Hey, Famous. Hey, Lounge Pride and Chad, driving and listening. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for being here. So pay attention. Look, I know a lot of people don't like to go to the gyms because they're crowded. But listen, it is what it is. Protect yourselves and go. A lot of times the gym is what's best for people. You know, it's going to make it. Sometimes people will buy exercise equipment and they'll just walk by it all day at home. The exercise equipment, we're almost about to start talking to them. Like, what did you buy me for? What did you buy me for? I'm just sitting here. or you get on me every now and again. But hey, so if you're going to do that, you might as well join the gym. You might as well join the gym, because I'm telling you, this time of the year, January 1st through 31st, you hear it on TV, you hear it on the radio. You can join this gym, this fitness center for just $1. After that, it is $10 a month for 6 months. After that, we'll discuss. So yeah, you might end up paying 20 to 30 bucks, depending on the plan that you get, family plan and partner plan and all that stuff. But hey, sometimes that's how people stay motivated by going to the gym. But if you don't want to pay anything at all, or if you want to pay the bare minimum, of course, buy you some equipment, you know, and it should last you a few years, but make sure that you utilize it, okay? What's key? Consistency. Consistency is key, and being persistent about consistency is key, okay? Consistency is key. And when you move with the purpose. Move with the purpose. If you can walk and talk, that is great. That is a really good sign of your fitness level, okay? But if you can't, as long as you're moving, you can walk, that's good, okay? That's good. Talking is not the key. Walking is. Moving is. And you can do more than just walk. Yes, everybody is on the walk kick because it is free. But guess what else is free? Skipping, jogging, running, marching, like I do when I come to a traffic stop. Get those knees up. Get those knees up. Help those knee joints and those hip joints. You've already stretched. Why not do it? You come to a stop at the traffic, stretch. Remember, you need to stretch in between that cloth off. Sometimes you need to stretch in between. Stand there, put that leg back, go down on the heel, raise up. Right in there. All right? Sometimes you just got to stretch and then keep it moving. Keep moving. Okay? Stretching during your exercise is a great thing. So again, if you can walk and talk, that is great. But if you can't talk, or if you find yourself struggling to talk, don't talk. And you should know when you're struggling. Believe me, other people will know. They will hear it. So the talking isn't what's getting that fitness, right? It's not what's getting you to that fitness point. The movement is. The movement is. So if you can move, that's great. And again, what did we say? Walking, free. Skipping, free. Jogging, running, if you can, free. Right? Marching, free. Walking in place, free. If you don't want to march, lift those knees up, just walk. Right? Walk around the perimeter of your home. If it's really cold or really hot outside and you don't want to go too far out, walk around the perimeter of your home. That way, if you get too cold or if you get too hot, you can just go right inside. Okay? Find the biggest room in your house. If you don't want to go outside at all, find the biggest room of your house. Walk around that room, right? Walk around that room, make laps, or 2 or 3 of the rooms, right? So again, outside, what, number 6, around the inside of your home. 7, around the perimeter of your home. You know, when I say outside, I mean the neighborhood, but you can just do the perimeter of your home, right? Or your apartment complex. 7, 8, go swimming. If it's cold outside, go to an indoor pool. If it's hot outside, go out there and enjoy the pool. If you can hike in your area. You know, it's about cardiovascular fitness, cardiovascular and aerobic activity. Cardiovascular for that heart, aerobic for those lungs. Deep breath in and out. Thank you. He's letting me go across. I appreciate that. Deep breath in and out. Work the heart, work those lungs. Cardiovascular aerobic activity. Cardiovascular aerobic activity. Now, I'm sure I'm going to hear this again somewhere because it's like this little area of YouTube is becoming saturated. And I'm starting to hear a lot of what I say come from people that I know aren't trained professionally, aren't licensed. But hey, if they're moving, good. If they're moving, good. If they're moving, good. It just does that. That still just perturbs me a little bit just to hear somebody say what I say verbatim. Because we're all different. And we all have applications that are applicable to us in different ways, right? We all have things that are applicable to us in different ways. Put it out there your way. Put it out there your way. Don't just sit there and pull. It's kind of like when you were a kid and your mom says, don't sit there and look at everything that comes out of my mouth, because they know that you're going to repeat it verbatim. At some point, you're going to repeat it. You know, adults do that too. Adults will sit there and listen to you, and then they will turn right around and repeat you verbatim. So always do your research. Always do your research. Those of us who are licensed, we have to get what's called more education, continuing education, extended education, no matter what degrees we have. Certain fields, you have to get that education every 1, in some cases 2, and in a few cases every 3 years. Because you have to be on top of what science and research has come up with. You may be told to do something today that they told you not to do 2 years ago, right? They may have said it wasn't safe 2 years ago. So now they're saying it's safe today. It may be something they think is safe today. Later, they may determine that it's not safe. So stay educated. Just like those of us who are licensed and registered and have to stay educated, stay educated. Do your own research, even when you talk with your doctor. You know, doctors are human too. And some doctors don't. Some doctors are very, very scientific. Some doctors are into homeopathic medicine as well. So different doctors will tell you different things. So listen to your body, experiment in the ways that are safe for you, and put all that together and see what works for you, okay? And if you're gonna do something that your doctor has said, well, I don't know about that, make sure that if you decide to do it anyway, that it doesn't conflict with any medications that you're taking. Simple. As long as it doesn't do that, if you have decided to say, okay, doc, well, we'll do this, you're going to take this particular medicine, but then there's something that you want to do as well that he's not too up and too high on, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it. Just let him know that you're going to do it, because he probably won't tell you not to do it. He'll probably just say, well, you can, but I don't think it matters much. That's usually what they say, if it's something that's not going to conflict with your medication or any type of therapy that he's giving you. So, hey, do that and see what works. Do that and see what works. Just do that and see what works. Because we're all different. And you know, doctors see how many people throughout the day. So doctors are kind of like, they're very intelligent and very smart, but sometimes they kind of streamline, you know, because they're human and they have their own thoughts and beliefs as well. That's why I really do love homeopathic doctors. Okay, the DODs, they practice medicine, they are practicing doctors, but they're scientific. Their approach is scientific, it's medicine, but it's also homeopathic. It's also homeopathic. Those doctors are usually more open and receptive to you saying, well, can I implement this as like a home remedy? Something that maybe your parents did, your grandparents did. Those doctors are more open to that. And you know, we have to, you know, just stick with the doctor that works for you as well. You know, a lot of times we talk about that. Stick with the doctors that work for you. Hopefully you have a doctor that you are satisfied with, that listens to you, that you can communicate with, that you are open with. But if you don't, there's nothing wrong with talking to someone else. Talking to someone else. So maybe you go with the new person, or maybe you stick with the old person. But there's nothing wrong with sometimes just kind of talking to someone else. It's kind of like when you have a dilemma and you have, like, I'll say, two friends, two really close friends might not be the way to go, because you guys might all think alike, right? And you're kind of already in a dilemma. You're kind of toiling over what you should do about something. So talk to a close, trusted friend, but talk to another close, trusted friend who maybe not be so close, you know what I'm saying, to them. Because usually friends tend to what? Think a lot alike. Now, that being said, we are different, but a lot of times, you know, you tend to rock with people who are on your same wavelength. You're not just alike, but you think a lot alike. So if you're in a dilemma, ask one friend their opinion, and then ask another friend who may not be as close to that friend as they are to you. So get you two, and they may come up with the same idea, because like I said, you do tend to rock with people that think like you, but you want two different opinions. Or maybe talk to a family member who's not friendly with that person, who's not friends with that person. And get you two different train of thoughts that you trust. That's how you should do whenever you talk to your doctor as well. Talk to him, and you know, you may love him or her, and they just may say, well, no, I don't think this, I don't think that. You got to make a decision. Are you going to do it anyway and be a little bit uneasy because the doctor said he didn't think it would work? Or you could just talk to a different doctor that's not affiliated with them at all, with a good reputation, and then decide there where to go. Okay? Do it that way. We have been on here almost an hour. I like to try to keep it 30 minutes to an hour, right? Because we're busy, y'all. We're busy. People are busy. People are busy peopling. People are busy peopling, right? So it's like, what did I say yesterday and a couple of days ago? 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day. But Granny says 12 hours to mind your business and 12 hours to stay out of everybody else's. But there's 24 hours in a day. So hopefully you're getting at least 6 to 8. We're going to say 8. You know, just in case you only get 6, maybe you do have another hour or 2 to do something else, but you want to make sure you get proper rest. So we're going to say 6 to 8. So say 8 sleeping, 8 at work, and 8 at home. So, you know, people are busy. They got to help the kids with their homework. They got to prepare meals, even if the meals are left over. Even if you cook enough for 2 days, think about it. You go to work, what, 8 to 4, right? All right, so you got up around 6, right? So that's 2 of those 8 hours where you're supposed to be with family right there. You're with family getting ready, okay? Between 4 and 6, you're with family, but you're doing activities or you're doing homework, maybe even to 7. So that's 8 hours. You got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours, 2 for that morning, 3 from that evening. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Yeah, 13. Okay. You got to sleep. That's 21. That leaves you 3 more hours to spend with family. 3 more hours to spend with family, right? Kids' homework may be a little bit hard that day. Takes an extra hour. You want to spend some time with your spouse, your significant other. That's an hour. You may have a town hall meeting to go to. That's that hour. So we only have 24 hours in a day, which are 24 hours of blessings. But we have to remember, I try to just keep it to an hour. I have really been focusing on trying to keep it to an hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. Maybe sometimes if we're just really having fun, especially when Stefan is in here and we're talking about Country Wayne, we may go an hour and a half. But I try to be attentive to the fact that people don't have to stand alive all the whole live, but you do like for people to come through. But they're gonna watch other people, they gotta move around, they gotta do their own thing. So think about it. You don't want to keep somebody on a live for 2 and 3 hours, unless it's planned to be that way. You got 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to work, that's 16 hours. That only leaves you 8 hours. 2 of those you get ready for the family in the morning, that leaves you 6. 2 to 4 of those, it may be homework and trying to eat and do other things, outside activities. That only leaves you 2 more hours to kind of, chill, watch YouTube, watch TV, and cuddle, okay? Cuddle. So I try to, the end of last year and early this year, I made a decision to try to keep my lives to like 30 minutes to an hour. Unless we're really just talking and having a good time, okay? Jill says, I'm trying to get my dinner complete. Get that. Jill, what you eating? What you cooking? Hey, Key Kitchen. Thank you, Jill. I appreciate that. What you cooking? If you don't have time to tell me, I'll see it. Put it up, post it. I know whatever it is good. Hey, Key Kitchen and more. Miss Key Kitchen and more, that is. Y'all, please, please, please. I'm trying to really, at any time during my lives, ask you guys to support each other, support good, positive content, and good, positive content creators. I've been saying that for a long time, but I'm trying to say it a little bit more, okay? Because as you guys know, it's really, really hard to get a lot of support unless you're doing a lot of bad stuff, right? If you're doing a lot of bad things or some yelling and screaming, dragging and dogging and a lot of negativity, people will flock to your chat, right? But we don't really want we don't want support for those reasons. So when you're trying to be positive, sometimes negativity will still come to your chat. Get it up out of there, okay? Get it up out of there. Sometimes you just got to go your separate ways. Doesn't mean that that's a bad person. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. But sometimes people just like to wreak havoc, okay? Sometimes that's what makes people happy. They like wreaking havoc. Like, how I like to say, we all like a little, well, I won't say we all, because a lot of people don't like mess at all. I like it as far as it being entertaining and non-hurtful. But once it starts to be hurtful, yeah, I'm out of there. Because that's just, we're human. We're human. We all have different emotions, and we all go through different things, and sometimes we just clash, okay? So it's going to be a little messy sometimes. It's going to be a little messy sometimes. But once it starts to go too far, especially if you know that that's just not what you want to do, and that's just not usually you, or you know you better than you, and you know how far you can take it. See, somebody may have a reputation for taking it too far, but you, and you can get just as ugly too. Listen, leave it alone. Be petty or whatever. I don't mind being petty. Anything a little messy and is not harmful. Because sometimes that's what people say is entertainment. But once it becomes harmful or hurtful, it's no longer entertainment. It's no longer entertainment, okay? It's no longer entertainment. Jill says she made chicken yesterday, just needed to make some broccoli. Gotcha. Jill, don't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good when you like, listen, if I can have all of my food from the day before, I'm good with it. But even if I just got the meat, if I got a little extra meat, chicken, salmon, whatever it is, fish, because look, I eat leftover fish. A lot of people don't like leftover fish, but I do. Okay, it's still food. As long as it's good, it's good. You got leftovers, and all you gotta do is put like something green and something yellow, something orange with it. Man, I'll get some green beans or some broccoli or and some peppers or something, some sweet peppers. And you got you a meal. You don't have to do all that. That's like when I was saying you got 24 hours in the day to do the things that you need to do. 8 of those hours you gotta, depending on the age of your kids, activities, after school, 2 hours, 2 hours to get ready in the morning for school. That leaves you 4 hours. So you gotta get home and cook. Even if you gotta add a little bit. You're probably on the phone, slowing down, that slows you down. Doing other things. Now you got like maybe 2 hours. Okay? That's homework. That's homework because they did the activities, that was 2. They got homework, that's 2. So getting ready, that was 2. The weekday, that's why a lot of people really do. They love it when the weekend rolls around because during the week, things are crunched. It's crunch, okay? Miss Key says, how many miles are you walking today? As long as I go over 10,000 steps. I don't even ever know. I don't even look at it on my watch. Once that trophy starts spinning around, and I know I'm over 10,000 key, but I never even pay attention to the miles. I pay attention to the speed. Like the way my pedometer is, I have the miles off because I focus on my steps. Jill says, hey, Miss Key Kitchen. So I have the miles off. I have the timer off. I have the miles off. I focus on my steps and the heart rate. Steps, heart rate. There's something else on there. I turn distance off. I turn, that's why when I say miles, I mean the distance. So I turn that off because my goal is always just to reach the 10,000 steps. And I know some days I go slower, some days I go faster. So I really don't look at the distance. Hey, Beetle. Welcome into the chat. How you doing, Beetle? Famous says, hey, Miss Kitchen. Hey, Miss Key. Okay, I'm looking at Famous' comment and Miss Key Kitchen's name. Everybody is speaking to everybody. I appreciate that. Again, y'all, support each other. Support each other. Okay? Please support Jill's Comfort Zone. I have been a subscriber to Jill since way before I started doing content. And she's always got something over there good to eat. Let me just tell you. She always got something over there. Jill, Chef Finest Wine. Okay? Chef Finest Wine. Y'all want some meal ideas? Big or small? Check out Jill and check out Chef. Okay? Check out Jill and check out Chef. Hey, check out Miss Key Kitchen and more because Key Kitchen she uploads a lot of food videos as well. But definitely check them out, okay? Check out Chef. His name speaks for itself. Jill, her name speaks for itself. Jill is more general, but let me tell you, her Chef, of course, Chef Finds One. Jill's Comfort Zone. Go over there. You're going to find the comfort zone, okay? You're going to find the comfort zone, all right, because you're going to find some food, okay? You're going to find some good content. She goes live and has a good time in her lives. But let me tell you, y'all know I always talk. Y'all know I ask on here every day what y'all eating. So I'm focused on the eating. So go over there and check Jill out and check out all those those videos and those food videos that she got up over there. Okay? Okay, and she also has a second channel. JCZ. Is it JCZ Crafts and More, Jill? You're welcome, Jill. I know it's JCZ. I think it's Crafts Vlogs and More. I think it's JCZ Crafts Vlogs and More. Beetle says, hi, Jill. Hey there, Rooted. She really does. Yes, Key Kitchen, she does. Jill has a great positive channel. She does. All of you, look, let me tell y'all something. I cook, y'all, and I know how to cook. Cause baby, great great grandmama, great grandmama, her daughter, grandmama, great great grandmama's granddaughter. Let me tell you, my great great grandmother lived till I was 15. If you didn't know how to cook, now they didn't. A lot of times people say their parents or grandparents made them cook. Honestly, y'all, they didn't even make us cook. Like my great great grandmother, her daughter, my great grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother, they all love to cook. And like I said, that's five, what, great great grandmother, great grandmother, grandmother, mother, then us. That's four generations. And our great grandfathers love to cook. So look, the younger generation, we didn't have to cook. And they didn't force us to cook. They didn't, sometimes people say their parents, like, instructed them, you're going to learn to cook. Come on in this kitchen. Come on in this kitchen. Right? Well, they weren't like that. And that's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong now. That's not a bad thing. Because a lot of times when I was moved out on my own, I wished I had stayed in the kitchen more. Okay? I wished I had stayed in the kitchen more. But guess what? All I had to do was go to their house and play it off. Look, you sit and you start looking. You know the basics. Because it ain't no way you're going to have that many cooks in your family. And I talk about my grandfathers. I ain't talking about, no, they love to grill. Yeah, they love that too, but they love to cook. They love to cook, y'all. So you were going to know how to cook, even if you thought you didn't. I had a couple of cousins, they was like, girl, my butt was so hungry. They went off to college. They was like, I thought I didn't know how to cook. But all you got to do, if you ever been sitting in that kitchen talking to grandmama, listening to those old stories, listening to the family history, those eyes are catching it. They're catching what's going on. You're catching what they're putting down, right? You're catching it. You caught it when they threw the back in the day, the Crisco, the Lano Lakes. You caught it when they threw it over in there, and then they threw that flour over in there and that water and some salt and pepper and made some gravy. Believe me, you caught it. You caught it. You might not get it perfect. You might not get it just right, but you caught it. And then we had younger ones in the family who did want to cook. They stayed in the kitchen. So, it's a good thing when you have a lot of people around you. And it's just like working on cars. Before everything became all high tech and computerized. And they did that, y'all, to keep us at the shop so that you won't be doing it. You won't be going to the shade tree mechanic, right? So your pops and your brother and your uncle have a little hard time trying to help you, right? So before all these high-tech cars, what did you do? Those boys in my family, they was out there up under that tree with old cars, making them run again, okay? Making them run again. So, listen, for you who have young kids or teenagers, now this day and age, just taking so much technology, I don't know, they may not be catching it. But if you got those who kind of hang around the house, there are still some teenagers who like to be around mom and pops. They kind of hang around the house. They're catching it. They're gonna figure it out. Okay. They paying attention, even when you're not. Even when you think you weren't paying attention. When you look back, hindsight is 20/20. Even when you think back, you're like, dang, how did I make that? Mama used to do that, and I think she did so and so and so and so. So you may not remember every single step, and sometimes you will. But if you're around a cooking family, something's gonna soak. Something. You're like a sponge when you're a kid. You're pulling something in. You may not be Chef Ramsay from Hell's Kitchen, but you're pulling something in. Jill says, thanks, hon. Thank you, Miss Key Kitchen and more. So it's been an hour and 7 minutes, y'all. Thank you guys for coming in here. Thank you for those thumbs up. Thank you, Famous, for those hearts. Thank you guys for the hearts. I see them on here. I don't know if I want to turn gifts on or what. What do y'all think? Do you think the gifts are better than, because they get rid of, if you turn on gifts, they get rid of super stickers, I think. You have the super chat still, but I think if you turn gifts on, I think super sticker goes away. So what do y'all think about that? Have y'all turned on your gifts, or are you still just using the super chat and super sticker? I see some people have turned on their gifts. But I haven't heard anybody say if they prefer the gifts or the super stickers. But again, you can still basically do a a super chat. You don't have to really put a comment on it. So if you are monetized, do you prefer the new jewels, the rubies? What is it? A jewel equals a ruby or something like that? So let me know if you notice a difference, if that's better. You know, all of these social media platforms are kind of starting to turn into the same thing. There are some changes that are being made on some of the platforms that I've been hearing about that don't sound too good. Uh, I've heard that certain platforms are now going to allow, you know, people to get away with calling people names, all because of freedom of speech. Let me tell you something. Freedom of speech was for a reason, was allowed for a reason. You can't just muzzle people, right? And honestly, actually, I think if somebody has bad thoughts, yeah, let them be able to say them and express them so that you know where you stand. You won't be fooled. Of course, actions speak louder than words, but a lot of times it really does take you to hear somebody say some of the things that are on their mind so that you truly know where you stand and you won't even waste time become affiliated with them, right? Sometimes it is truly the best to hear what a person is thinking. Let them speak their minds and hear it. But at the same time, even though we are allowed freedom of speech, there are some restrictions on that. You can't just yell out fire in a theater, right? You just can't yell out fire in a department store. So there's a reason for limitations on freedom of speech because sometimes people just don't know how far to go or not go. So now, from what I've heard, a couple of platforms or a certain platform, the platform that got a little bit stricter about 5 years ago because of the chaos in our political world, it's the same platform that's kissing the political world's fingers, kissing their toes, kissing their rings. They're allowing facts to go unchecked. So now I guess alternative facts do matter, right? I don't know, people don't like to get biblical, but the more and more these people who are in charge or who head certain organizations are doing certain things, these times are wild. These times are wild, right? The times are wild. So just protect your peace. That's what I'm getting to. When you're on these platforms, protect your peace because it seems like certain platform holders, as far as owners, and I'm not talking about YouTube. This is something I've been hearing about another platform, or two other platforms. Hey, they letting it all hang out. And listen, let them let it all hang out, okay? Because once they decide to let it all hang out, they're thinking they're normalizing the ridiculousness of things that go on. They're thinking that they're normalizing hate. But what they're doing is to people with sound minds, reasonable minds, you're opening your eyes to what those powers that be that maintain those platforms, that own those platforms really think. Most of us knew anyway. But the sad thing about it is most of us will continue to use them. Because that's the only way you effectively cause change, is to let things go that aren't conducive and productive, or conducive to your growth, or productive for you. But that ability to make a dime, that ability to make a dime is what's going to prevent people standing for what's right. Because there's no way in the world that is right that you can call a certain group of people mentally ill. There's nothing right about that. So yes, there is freedom of speech. But freedom of speech has its limitations for a reason. Now, when we start saying what we want to say on there about certain races and stuff like that, then it's going to be a problem. What we want to say about certain people, it's going to be a problem. But most of the times, we don't do that kind of stuff, right? We don't do that kind of stuff. Okay, y'all, that was some loud music. So just protect your peace no matter where you are, whether you're on an app, whether you're at work, whether you're at school, wherever you are. All right? Y'all know what time it is. Don't let bother people bother you. Don't you bother anybody, right? Don't let stress people stress you out. And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, a misery place, a misery of any place of misery, any place that's causing you to think you don't want to be there, leave. Any place that's causing you to question whether you want to be there, leave. Leave. Y'all will be amazed at how many adults allow other adults to control their mindset. You will be amazed at how many people, adults, allow adults that they don't know on platforms control their mindset, control what they do. When you come across that, just leave. Just leave, okay? Protect your mindset, protect your peace. All right? Again, don't let those bother people bother you. Don't let miserable people make you miserable. Don't let stress people stress you out. And some people, when they say misery loves company, a lot of times that's true, but sometimes it's not so much that misery or a person is experiencing misery. They just like to cause other people misery, chaos, wreak havoc on other people. That gets them riled up. That makes them happy. So a lot of times, yeah, misery loves company. Misery loves company, but a lot of times people just like making people miserable. Sometimes people are just mean. Sometimes people are just evil. It is what it is. But just protect yourself, protect your family. When your family goes through that, you know, let them know they don't have to deal with it. Remove yourself from that situation. And if that person comes into your lounge, into your home, into just like somebody you want them to leave your house, give them, hey, you grab your grip and go to leave theirs, they can grab their grip and go, and you can put them out of yours, okay? So I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. And you already know why. Without peace, there's chaos. There's havoc. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live, I'm not going to say you won't prosper, but you may not prosper to your fullest potential if you allow that to affect you too much. And we all fall short. We all lose our temper. We all get mad. We all, nobody's perfect. Nobody is, like my granddaddy says, just right, just. But when you feel that's happening and you see that happening, try your best to just remove it from you, remove yourself from it. So I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. Y'all have a good night. Listen, it's the beginning of the week. Monday is Monday night. Hopefully you had a great Monday, and hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you guys tomorrow if it's the Lord's will. If I don't see you tomorrow, hopefully we'll see you the next day. Okay? But the plan is to see you tomorrow, unless I get to running around, doing all kinds of things. It's still getting dark early, so I don't want to start out dark, okay? I don't want to start out dark. Depending on where I am, I might. But we'll see. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a good night, a restful night. Okay, a restful night, a peaceful night. And let me go find me something to eat. Everybody eating good. Jill got chicken, broccoli. Famous, what did you have? If you're still in here, what did you have? I know Miss Key Kitchen got something over there good. And again, you guys check each other out, right? Support positive content, support positive content creators. Even if you don't like the content, if it's positive, it's not causing anybody any harm, give them a thumbs up, leave them a comment, maybe watch it for a minute or two. You have supported. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You have supported. Hey, Lakeitha, where you been? I'm about to get out of here. Hey, Lakeitha. Thank you for coming in, Lakeitha. Lakeitha says, hello, Lions Pride and everyone. Hey, Lakeitha, happy Monday to you. Like I told them earlier, happy new day, happy new Monday, happy new week, happy new month, and still a happy new year, right? It's still a happy new year. Y'all, look, how long do y'all say happy new year to people? How long do y'all say happy new year to people? Oh, you been at work? Gotta make that living, gotta make that money, right? Gotta make that money. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. I appreciate you. I always appreciate y'all. Love each and every one of you guys for coming in here. Because you spent a little time with me today. You could have been anywhere else. Okay? And of course, I'm sure you will multitask, and I encourage you to multitask. multitask. Like Jill said, Jill's in there cooking. I just appreciate you being here, saying hello. I know you're here because I can see you. I don't have to see you the whole live because you got things to do. I just like knowing that we're supporting each other. Oftentimes I come in, especially if I'm a moderator, I throw the greeting in there and I'm listening because I'm doing other things. So I may not engage a lot in the chat because y'all, what did we just go over? Those 24 hours that you have in a day. You got to do a lot of multitasking. You got to do a lot of multitasking. You're still here, famous. Thank you. Lakeitha says, I see you on and had to speak to you. I appreciate you, Lakeitha. Lakeitha, look, I don't care if it's the beginning, the middle, or the end. Come on in, okay? That's what I say. You know I come up with some kind of saying over here almost every other day. I don't care if it's the beginning, the middle, or the end. Come on in, okay? If it's the beginning, the middle, or the end, come on in. Come on in. Glad to have you. Glad that you're here. You are appreciated. And I'm trying to tell my chat that if not every day, I might forget, but I say this a lot. I think most of you guys have heard me say it quite often. You are appreciated, right? As subscribers slash content creators, because we're all subscribers. Whether you do content or not, you have a Gmail, you can come on here and watch, right? So I appreciate each and every one of you. Subscribers, content creators, and YouTube. I appreciate the platform, okay? She look at this, you're laughing. I appreciate the platform. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's the last few seconds, if it's the last minute. You came in, and that's what I appreciate. You came in and I can see you. You have been supporting me heavy, and I appreciate you, Lakeitha. I appreciate my moderators. I appreciate Jill. Mad Dog no good. I don't know where Mad Dog is today, but let me tell you, Mad Dog does support as well. Chef Finest Wine. My mom, they support. 70s, senior 70s was in here earlier. I hope senior 70s is all right, because I had to let him know about those emojis. Because, thank you. Lakeitha says you're so welcome. Yes, you, yeah, I say that often. I try, because, whether you get a super chat or a super sticker, a cash app, whether you get all of that, whether you get that or not, a lot of people are just solely in it for the money. Let me tell you, I know this because I have been told this. I hear them say this on platforms. They're in this for the money. They want to make money. My thing is, if you can make money, that's a good thing. So because there's that ability or that potential, I have to say thank you to the subscribers, to the content creators / subscribers, and to YouTube, to the platform. Now, we fuss and gripe. Y'all know how easy it is for us to always fuss and fight. But I thought, or fuss and argue about stuff, but I thought about this way back last year. I think you need to say that I appreciate this platform more, because no matter how they pay you, what they pay you, it's still free to be on here. And they just give you the potential to make something. And if you make it, great. If you make it, great. Hey, Miss Jazzy, where you been, Miss Jazzy? Look at you and Lakeitha coming up in here. I just said I be trying not to keep people on here for 2 hours. But y'all know what I say. If you having fun and people coming in here to support you, you got to stay on here and you got to address people. Okay? You got to address the people. The people are what help your channel to do what your channel does. Whether you're small, whether you're medium sized, whether you're large, you got to support and thank your subscribers. Thank your fellow content creators / subscribers. And again, thank the platform. Thank YouTube. Because they don't have to allow this to us. YouTube has been around since what? 2005? So it's going strong. But they don't have to allow us this ability to network, and we can do it for free with the option to make some money. Some people fuss about the money, about the amount of money that can be made, about the amount of money that's paid. But listen, let me tell you something. If you can make a little bit of money off of the app, or if you can make a lot of money or even retire yourself, that's definitely great. But sometimes, y'all, the way things are today, an extra $50 a month could be the food that keeps you from being hungry. Okay? Miss Jazzy says, hey, there's Jill's comfort zone. Hey, Lunch Pride, Mars, and Chad. Jill says you have to support others who support you too. Yes, I have quite a few who supports me, so I try my best to do the same, so I can't be everywhere all the time. Yes, exactly. That's why it's like, that's kind of like when you when you don't get, like sometimes you don't get notifications. Like sometimes we don't. And so the advice to that is go unsubscribe and resubscribe. Well, sometimes I do that and that works, and sometimes it doesn't. But I gotta think about it. When you're subscribed to so many people, it's kind of like we can't get to everybody all the time. We're not gonna be able to see all those notifications because our feed would be, just imagine if we could see every notification to everybody we're subscribed to. Our feeds would like break the system. Your feed would probably break the system. So I try to come in, even when I know I've been on here over an hour now, almost an hour and a half. I'm going to go in and say hello so that they'll know that I'm there or that I've been there. And I'm going to start cooking. I'm like, I'm here, I'm listening. I might not be interacting, but I want you to see me because the only way for me to know or for them to know that I'm there is to at least say hello. So when I see someone is live, even if 2 or 3 people that I like is live, one may be talking about something I'm a little bit more interested in. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll say hello to the other 2 and maybe listen a little more to the one that's talking about a subject that's kind of intriguing to me. And then I still will go back and drop, if I'm a moderator, I'm going to drop a greeting. Because for me, if I'm not saying anything at all, they don't know. So I at least try to say hello. And some people feel like, oh, I ain't about to explain nothing to nobody. It's just about support. It's just the circle of YouTube. It's the circle of YouTube. It's the way things work. It's not that you're explaining because it's a mandate that you have to explain. You're just trying to let people know that, yes, I am here supporting you. Because if they don't see you at all, they don't know. So it's like, if you never see me, I can't say, well, I'll be watching you because I don't at least say hello. So I always try to at least say hello. Now, you're not going to always catch every live to even just say hello. You're not. Because I'm telling y'all that when you get subscribed to so many people, sometimes y'all, I think the feed gets broke. They cannot give you all those notifications. And guess what? We cannot be in all those places. Like Jill said, we cannot be in all those places. So when I don't see somebody for a while, I'm like, well, okay, maybe they're just showing some love to some new people, some other people. But when this gets to be a while, I'm like, hold on. You can at least say, hey, like, because I find myself telling myself that. Miss Jazzy says, hey there, Jill. Jill says, even when I don't catch the live, I watch the replay in full. Yes. Jazzy says, happy Monday, everyone. Miss Jazzy giving those, thank you for those hundreds. Lakeitha says, that's so true. Miss Jazzy says, I've always had issues getting notifications. Yeah, I think that's what it is with the notification thing, Miss Jazzy. That's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me. I'm sure there's some other things that y'all probably can think of. But sometimes I think, like, I'm subscribed to hundreds of people. And if you're subscribed to hundreds, sometimes thousands of people, there is no way, especially if they really do content, even if they only do content twice a week, 3 times a week, you're not going to get every notification. You can't. I don't think the feed can handle that. Jill says, I don't feel no way. I give support back the same way I receive it. And Jill, you support your moderators. You give support to your moderators. So it's like sometimes if you start feeling kind of funny, like you have to think a little bit more about, okay, if I don't see them, what else do they do? So, because it's just different, different strokes for different folks. Like if I don't see somebody and it's been like 2 weeks, and then especially because y'all know now we got eyes, you're watching YouTube and I see them in other places, then I'm like, dang, they at least could have just said hello. And especially if I've been at least saying hello in their chat, I do feel, I ain't gonna lie, I do feel a kind of a way about that, because if it's somebody that I've been on here and been cool with for a while, like I said, you're not gonna catch every live. You're not gonna be able to say hello in every live. But I try to think of it like a weekly thing. I try to say, hello to somebody on there, or like you said, Jill, in the replay, I try to say something at least a couple of times during the week. Because if I don't, then I can't really say to them that I'm supporting them, because they haven't seen me in 2 weeks. They haven't seen me in a month. So I'll do, like you say, after the replay, catch the replay or leave a comment. Even if I can't catch the replay, because that's hard too, Jill. Like, it's hard to catch a replay when somebody's been on for like an hour. Then you got 2 or 3 other people that you really support. They've been on for an hour or two. It's hard to watch all of that replay. So I just appreciate the people that come in and watch like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, something to help with the hours, you know. Jill says, I don't feel, look at Miss Jazzy said, I know, right, Jill? Jill says, yes, Miss Jazzy. Miss Jazzy says, you're 100. Jill says, I've learned a lesson about supporting every person who someone recommits or runs through my chat or comment section. I used to show up all the time for others who don't, I think she means don't even give me a time of day. Right. That's why I say I like to at least try to say hello. I'm not going to catch every live. But if that person, and then plus, like Miss Jazzy said, we're not going to catch our notifications. So it depends, and I can't go to everybody and just check, just to be sure. But it just depends. If it's like somebody that mods for me or that I mod for, unless I got just like a really busy week, I at least try to go through, if they're live, and say hello, or if not, watch some of the live and leave a comment. And I say that because, like I was saying earlier, positive content doesn't get support. Y'all know positive content creators don't get the support. They don't get the numbers in their chat. Now, I like a small chat because it seems like it keeps down confusion and it keeps down a lot of chaos and some havoc. But just think about it. If more people thought positively, or if more people were able to work out their disagreements, because we're human, you're gonna bump into some people. You're gonna have some conflicting thoughts. You're gonna see something typed towards you, and you're gonna get a vibe from it, and you may be a little bit off, or the person may have misinterpreted something you said. We're gonna clash, right? But you have to be an adult. Be an adult to just smooth that out. Because ain't nobody got time to just be clashing with people they don't know. People who don't mean much to them, they don't mean much to. Now, some of us mean a lot to each other. I've known Miss Jazzy since I've been on here. I've known Miss Jazzy the longest. I'll say Miss Jazzy, then Chef and Jill. So if I don't see them and I see them in somebody else's chat, I'm like, okay, maybe they weren't available at the time that I went live. But as long as they come and say hello once or twice during the week, somewhere through there, I'm good. So like we say, y'all, we have to acknowledge our own flaws. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, sometimes I'm seeing people in this chat, that chat, this chat, and then they don't ever come to my chat, and I'll be saying stuff to them. Then I stop. And then when they start back, I start back. When they start back, I start back. Because let me tell you something about Leos. I don't do a lot about the signs and stuff like that. But what I have learned just through life is just knowing myself. I'm real meticulous and I'm real cunning. I ain't gonna even lie to you. You gotta acknowledge your flaws, because sometimes flaws aren't necessarily flaws. And I'm watchful. And if I've been doing something and I've been seeing somebody do something and they ain't been saying hey to me, or just saying, I caught a minute or two of the replay. Because like I said, people sometimes don't have time to catch a whole replay. Y'all, sometimes we be live for 2 hours. And shoot. Then at least I know they came in and they might have caught the part where we were talking about, what we talked about. We talked about some everything today. They might have come in where we were talking about New Year's resolutions. Now, if I've been talking about stuff like that, and then you pop on the live and say something about resolutions, I ain't saying nothing about a resolution, then I'm going to think, okay, they got the lives mixed up. They probably didn't watch the live. But let me tell you something about Jill. Jill will come in, and when she leaves a comment, she'll tell you about something that happened in your live. And that's all you can expect. Like, I don't expect somebody to even watch the whole replay all the time. Would I like that? Yes. But if she comes in, and it's not something that I'm requesting or asking, but I just noticed that about Jill. When Jill leaves a comment under your replay, it's like an interactive comment. It's an interactive comment. Miss Jazzy says, exactly. Jill says, Miss Jazzy, some people only are cozy with you because... My bad, y'all. I got a phone call. Some people are only cozy with you because they know you are a great supporter, but they have no intentions of supporting you. Yep, that's true. That's true. Jill says they do just enough to seem like they are really supporting you. Miss Jazzy says, you know, I'm going to stop by to see you when I can last Friday. Yes, I do. Yes, Miss Jazzy. So like if I see you, because I don't go to a lot of chats. Well, let me take that. Let me correct that. I go to some chats, but some chats I don't comment in because of sometimes the environment in the chat. So I like the content creator. But sometimes, like when I was saying, a person won't know that you're there. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I won't say something in certain chats because of the environment, you know. But I will watch. And then when the live is over, I might say hello to the content creator or catching the replay when I actually probably caught some of the live. So, and they're gonna know. Like I don't do. I really like. I do that sometimes when I was saying like Jill will leave a comment and you will know that she's watched. Not that she has to watch or you even want her to watch the whole thing, but you know that she's interactive. What she leaves in the comments is reflective of what you talked about in the live. So you know she watched some. So you know I'm like that too. If I leave a comment, I watched it, especially if it's like a short video. Like a lot of times people do uploads, whether it's a video or a live or whatever, live replay. I'm gonna leave something about what they, put up. And now sometimes you could just get that from the title. We aren't crazy. Sometimes you ain't really gotta watch that. You get that from the title. But no, I like to watch parts of it. If I can, I watch all of it, but I definitely watch parts of it. Miss Jazzy says, Jill, some of these people on here are a trip. Yes, I'm a supporter, not a content creator, and I still have people. Right. Yep, you do, Miss Jazzy. Miss Jazzy, because we talked about that before. Like, people will pick with you, and they don't want you to respond. They don't want you to say anything back. They'll do certain things that they shouldn't do, but they don't want you to. This is what they do. They flip it around. Jill says, yes, they are, Miss Jazzy. Lakita says, right. Have y'all ever, like I was watching a skit today. Y'all know I watch Country Wayne skits, right? So there's a husband on there that's cheated on his wife. He has actually gotten her best friend pregnant. The wife caught them. So if y'all watch Country Wayne, y'all know who I'm talking about. This man comes to his wife after he hasn't seen her since before Christmas. The first thing he asks her, did you run up on your best friend, who is now his side piece? And he's still lying, still saying he's not messing around with her, and he's probably slept with her 2 days ago. Still saying, or no, yesterday. Still saying that she asked today, he's still saying that the baby's not his. But how did he approach her? He approached her with an attitude to try to flip it on her about something old that she did way over a year ago. That's how people on platforms are. They will try to flip it on you when they're doing you wrong. Have y'all noticed that? I mean, it's like that in life. It's like that in relationships. It's like that in friendships. It's like that in workships. Like, your co-workers, your classmates. People will do you wrong. Now, the only people who do that are the ones who don't like to take accountability. So usually when they don't like to take accountability, people will do you a wrong. And then when you respond, you suddenly become the bad guy. That's crazy to me. Yes, Miss Jazzy. Miss Jazzy says, yes, we did talk about that last Friday. That is so crazy to me. They will say something to you crossway in the chat. Like as if, and then once some stuff pops off, it's like, oh, that's just me. That's just how I am. And then you sit back, I'm like, I'm taking this stand like this. That's just how I am. You don't play with people that you don't know. Lakita says, yes, that's crazy. It's like, don't play with people that you don't know. Because when you play with people that you don't know like that, you expect to be able to say anything to them in any tone. And then when they respond with a maybe not so equal, because see, some people going to take it there. Some people, their reaction may be equal to your action. Some people's reaction may be beyond your action, just depending on how they're feeling that day. So then it's the everybody knows I do this. Well, I don't know everybody, and I don't know you. So that's not a justification for what you said to me or how you said something to me. And that's why I always say, I know me, y'all. I get frustrated. I ain't gonna lie to you. I get frustrated sometimes when somebody's trying to say something to me, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I'm really not getting what they putting down, like, and I'm really trying. Like, if I read it once or twice, and then I'm like, what? So, and then, we still going talking, not going back and forth like arguing, just talking. I'm trying to understand what they mean. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I get impatient. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna mean no harm by it, but if you really don't know me like that, then it's gonna sound like I mean some harm. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated. But you got some people who, y'all, they do that stuff intentionally. They go through people, they go through chats. To me, that is so disrespectful to the content creator too. They go to chats and they just nitpick with certain people. That's their action, right? And the person may ignore it a little bit, or they may say something, but they're trying not to cause disruption in the chat, which they're not really doing it. The person who started the mess is. But then they keep nitpicking. And then once you pop off, you even got people who like the other person, who likes the messy person. Oh, she ain't have to go off like that. She ain't have to do. Who are you to say? Who are you to say? People don't like some. See, everybody ain't a lot of. See, to a lot of people, that's play or that's banter. Everybody don't play like that. Especially when you're on an app. Most of us come on these apps to have fun. We come on here to do one of a few things: to learn something, to teach something, to be entertained, and just have fun. Right? That's what you come on here for. To teach something, well, educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. You come on here for those reasons. And then you get in a chat, and like I said, we're all gonna, at some point, we're gonna bump heads with somebody. But the adult thing to do will be to not even waste your energy. You got some people who will go and actually pop a live and start cussing the heck out of somebody that they don't even know. And 9 times out of 10, they were the one who initiated the confrontation. 9 times out of 10, they were the one who initiated the confrontation. And I'm one of those people who don't try to sneak pick with me either. Because when you sneak pick with me, that's just like when you're in school, right? You got the little class bully, or they may not necessarily be known as a big bully, but you're quiet. You don't really talk to a lot of people. And maybe they haven't put hands on you yet, but they go to the board because the teacher calls the board. Their little hip just knock your book off your desk. And you know it's intentional. Ain't nobody gonna tell you it was intentional because you know the way she looks at you. You know the things that she says about your clothes. You know the things that she says, and her friends giggle and laugh about your hair. Okay, you're in the cafeteria. She walks by you and coughs. You're sitting down eating your food. You know what I'm saying? You know when people putting down some BS. And a lot of times to other people it may seem trivial. But to you, if you like me, you thinking, okay, trivial. Those actions gonna keep on, they're gonna keep on, and they're gonna draw an opposite and maybe not so equal reaction. Don't expect for it to be equal. It might be equal, it might not be equal. Miss Jazzy says some of them come on here to copy you and everything you do to. Miss Jazzy, I've been having since last year. I've been having that. I've been having that. And then they try to make it look like it's you. Remember when I said they'll try to flip it around and make it look like it's you? Well, yeah, it's me. Because it's me responding. Because let me tell you, I always say, if I've encouraged somebody to do something, and then I'm always saying, y'all, support positive content creators. You damn right, if I come to your channel, excuse me, y'all, you damn right, if I see on your channel that you're doing what I'm doing verbatim, and there's a plethora of other ways you can do it. This may sound like an oxymoron, but everybody walks, everybody cooks. But guess what? Everybody has their own style. So if I catch you copping my whole skilo, we gonna put it like that, like in the streets. If you copping my whole skilo, you darn right, I'm gonna call it out. And you can run and tell everybody that I'm the troublemaker if you want to, when you know you low-key doing what you're doing. People will not take accountability. They will low-key pick with you. Those are their actions. And then when you pop off with an opposite, but not so equal reaction, then you're the problem. Then you're the problem. I'm like, you just caught my whole skilo. I'm over here encouraging you to do what I'm doing, cause hell, ain't nobody, not one of us started it. But if you gonna cut my whole skilo and we all go in the same little circles, then you don't want me to make it. But see, people aren't really thinking about that. They're thinking about, well, how can I grow my channel? Or how can I do this? How can I do that? Well, that's a good idea for me. Yeah, I get ideas from people all the time and be grateful for them. But when I get those ideas, like my grandma's always told me, make it yours. Take something that's not yours, something that everybody does, because it doesn't belong to you, but make it yours. It doesn't belong to you, but you can make it yours. And they try to label it, oh, that's being childish, that's being selfish. Well, look, you all want to make it, right? So how can we all make it if we're all doing the exact same thing, saying the exact same thing? We're already, a lot of us are doing the exact same thing. That's fine, but make it your own. Make it. When I watch Jill cook, if somebody was to show me two videos right now, of one of Jill, one of Chef, I would 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna be able to tell you that's Jill cooking right there. If I don't see nothing but the spoons, the utensils, and whatever, I'm gonna be like, that's Jill on the left, that's Chef on the right, because they're doing the same exact thing, but they're doing it their way. So that makes it not exact. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're doing the same thing, but you're not doing the exact same way. Lakeitha says, you have a right to call it out. Miss Jazzy says, exactly. And I'm telling you, look, Lakeitha, I got one that used to come over here, and she's something else. She over there, and it's like I said, it's a new year. I'm just going to laugh it off. She over there putting up lives on something. Yeah, I do my walking, I like to call them walking talks. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but you be right here in my chat. Like, if I'm following around this, there's no way I'm going to name my channel Lion's Comfort Zone. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. I mean, like, do you have any talent? We're both walking. We're both talking. That's obvious. But do you have to call it that? Because, see, a lot of them think that when they see numbers on your channel, like, that, look, the only number they really pay attention to is your subscriber count. And they run with that. She was on there saying, yeah, y'all, come to me because I do walking talks. I'm like, okay. But, and see, it did, especially the behavior is they don't come to your chat anymore. Nothing even happened. Nothing happened with this person. Nothing. So that's why I say a lot of, is exactly what you said, Ms. Jazz. A lot of people come just to do the exact same thing you do, and then they get up out of there. They get up out of there. And when you call it out, like Lakeitha says, you got the right to call it out, then you're the bad person. Nah, I'm just going to let you know that I see you. And that's why people don't like to help each other. Because you can go over there and walk and talk, and you can name it anything else, but you're going to call it my walking talks. Like, and if she was like a whole person I had never seen before, never knew, that would be a different story. Because, I mean, it's not something hard, walking and talking. It ain't a hard concept to come up with. You know what I'm saying? It's not a hard concept to come up with. But you right here in these same exact circles, these same exact chats. Girl, you was over here. Come on now. So, yeah, stuff like that. I don't get, like, real ugly, but I will be petty and call it out. Miss Jazzy says, remember when I talked to you about that mod copying me? Well, since then, there has been 3 more. See what I'm talking about? See, Jazzy, like, it's like you can't win for losing, okay? You cannot win for losing. And people think that it's childish and petty. Well, if it's childish and petty for you to not like it, why is it not childish and petty for them to even do it? Why is it not childish and petty that they're doing it? Because, see, they're going to use that excuse that, well, everybody can do that. Yes, I have said everybody walks and talks. And especially now, but the reason I did that when I did it well over a year ago is because nobody was doing it where I go. Nobody was doing it in the circles that I go in. People were outside walking, they were exercising, they were talking. Nobody called it that. Nobody was saying, I will say certain things a certain way just to listen, not to everybody, but you always know the ones that it is. The ones who do it are the ones who stop coming to your channel. Or they get mad when you call it out, then they stop. So I'll just listen. Man, they'll go from using the exact same music that they think got you some views to saying the exact same thing that you say. And when you listen to their verbiage, to their conversation, you know that they don't even understand the full meaning of what they're trying to express. You know that they don't even understand the full meaning of what they're trying to express. That's why I say when it comes to health and fitness, I only go into so much detail, because you never know who's listening to you. I'm talking about anybody, kids, adults, and they will take what you say and they will take it literal, or they'll start saying it. And some of them, I be wondering, do you even realize it? But yeah, they realize it. That's why they don't come back. That's why they don't come back. They realize it. That's why they don't come back. Lakeitha says, well, she's so wrong for that. Lakeitha, I'm telling you, it's been like 3. It's like Miss Jazzy said, it's been 3 since that person. It's been 1 main person, no, 2 that did it real bad. And since then, it's been 2 more. And I'm like, if we were running around in different areas, but y'all all have been y'all A double dollar signs in my chat. So don't act like you don't know. And don't act like I'm being negative. And this person was like, I ain't about no negativity. Obviously, she's not about negativity. But when people say they're not about negativity, 9 times out of 10, they're doing something, they're up to no good. They're up to no good. So you just have to be mindful of that. So now I don't share many people. And then I used to share and encourage all of those people. I don't share many people. I'm real particular about who I share. And I don't even like for anybody to share me, period. Now, there are some people who will share me, but most people that know me, that have communicated with me, they know I don't like to be shared out. I just don't. And nobody can be mad at you for you not liking to be shared out. Like, you got some people who literally get mad at you. Oh, she don't like to be. No, I don't. I've seen the workings of this app. No, I don't. Mm-mm. 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 They don't care. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care, Miss Jazzy. Yeah, I was trying to be nosy. I was looking at something. It would not bother me if it was someone that I didn't know. Exactly. But they are doing it in the same chat that I'm in. I remember, Miss Jazzy. I remember. Lakeitha says those 3 are snakes. They're envious of you, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's that. But Lakeitha, what I also think it is that, like, if you have a certain subscriber count, people don't even really pay attention to, okay, you might have 1 million subscribers, but if you only got 100 people in your chat, then it's not like you making a lot of money. What they're trying to do, a lot of them are, I feel like it's envy too, especially when you start repeating me verbatim. But I think it started out being, oh, that works for her. Because one of them, you remember I said it was 2 main ones, right? So one of them got another channel, and now she's saying, see, on my channel over here where I do my walks, I got myself back monetized. She was trying to get remonetized. And listen, her doing those walks didn't get her remonetized. She's doing the same. She's slowly going back into doing the same thing that she's been doing, preaching. She was like, I slowly got remonetized because I do my walking. And I'm like, good, that's good. You should be walking. If it helps you mentally, physically, you should be doing that. That's what I always encourage. I even asked one, I was like, we can do it together on the panel. Yeah. But then when things didn't go their way, or things went kind of left, or you have a misunderstanding, sometimes it's out of envy, but sometimes it's out of anger. I'm mad at her. I'm going to show her, girl, ain't nobody like me, and ain't nobody like you, okay? Ain't nobody like me, and ain't nobody like you. So that's why I say, when I see it now, I'm still human. I'm going to probably be petty and call it out, because I want them to know that I know. But I'm going to let them do their thing, because y'all just wouldn't imagine the support that I get through Cash Apps. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for support. They're looking to get monetized. And and again, like I always say, I appreciate YouTube for the opportunity that they give us as content creators to become monetized. But I also know how to work my butt off. And I also know how to be grateful to the people that sends me cash apps, right? They send me cash apps. So they're looking to grow their channel, not knowing that you can grow in numbers. But if that chat ain't full, if that chat isn't full, even if you get the full monetization, if that chat isn't full, you're not going to make big bank. You're not going to make big bank. Now I understand, like when we talk about mukbang, I understand why Beloved just let it all go and stop interacting. Do people still talk about her? Heck yeah. But she stopped the interactions. And I noticed that when she shares people, it's usually people that I know nothing about. And she does that her, of course, she and her husband, I'm sure, and her boys came up with, you can't help people. Because when you do, they get the help and they receive it, but they don't respond to it the right way. They don't take it and use it the right way. They either, like Lakeitha say, they become envious or they become selfish with it. You're sharing it and you're saying, hey, we can do this or you can do that. Or you got this many subscribers, do this. And then, so why would I do all that constantly, consistently, and then get mad at you when you do it? Why would I encourage you that much and then get mad at you when you do it? It's because of the way that you did it. So I'm all about supporting. Even them, with what they're doing is positive, but I know that they slight me. So I still would support. I don't support them because of the way that they slight it. And I don't like it when people try to do you a bad and try to flip it and make it like you're making a bigger deal out of it than what it is. Well, if I'm making a bigger deal out of it, you made an even bigger deal out of it by doing what you did. So I don't support them, but I hope that they get good support for positive content. Miss Jazzy says, I don't blame Beloved at all. Me neither, Miss Jazzy. I don't blame her at all. She don't do all that sharing out. And I know that there are a lot of content creators that she knows. She don't do all of that. And there's a couple of other ones. And a couple told me about it. Like, forget them folks, because they going to try to use you. And I'm talking about, it could be the nicest ones, the sweetest ones. But like my granny say, it be them pigtail women. It's always pigtail women. I don't know why she used to say that, y'all, but that's what she used to say. PISS tail women. She used to always say that. That's why you can't get along. That's why you can't, even when you try to help somebody. And y'all, that's like in your life. I'm sure a lot of y'all know somebody that y'all help a lot. And that's usually the one that can't ever help back or turn their butt to you. Or you see them helping other people, which is fine. But how about, well, since you helped me when I was in a crunch 3 or 4 times, I'm just going to take you out to dinner. But they'll break their necks to do something for people that won't do something for them. Lakeitha, I don't know. You know how the elder people have these sayings. And I'm starting to say a lot of them. Because it's like you knew what it meant then, but it was funny to us as kids. It was just a saying that developed because it makes you so mad. So you just call somebody a name, basically. And so they would just label people that did certain things. And she would always say, it's always the PISS tail women. And she is not, and she said it's always, guess what? The older women. The older women. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like younger women, like Mad Dog No Good. I call her little sis. The women in their 30s, most of the time, you only see a few of them in these chats that's got a lot of crazy stuff going on. The ladies in their 20s and 30s, they out here trying to do dance videos, do trends, do couples challenges. They're trying to do couple stuff. They're trying to do young family channels. They're trying to grow their channels. But when it comes to that way, but when it comes to the 40 up, 40 plus, especially 45 and up, all they do is like, those are the ones who are like well established most of the times. Probably some of them can retire, but they always screaming around like little rats, trying to take a nut from a squirrel. Trying to take a nut from a squirrel. They always the ones trying to take a nut from a squirrel. Miss Jazzy says, hey there, Lakeitha. Lakeitha laughing out loud. She said, hey, Miss Jazzy. They're always, it's the 45 and up are always the ones on here. When you listen to their communication, you listen to their dialogue, their dialect, their verbiage, they're trying to sound like they're in their 20s. Their attitudes are still 20-ish, 30-ish, maybe early 30-ish. And they're always around here trying to take a nut from a squirrel. Especially when it comes to stuff like channel building, or what is my channel going to be about? Now, some of them just drama channels. You know, that's a niche, that's a genre. It is what it is. But I'm talking about some of them with the fake niceness. The fake niceness. They looking. They're focused. The eyes are probably squinting. Just wondering, how can I start to do that without just looking like I'm doing whatever? So those are the ones that come off as real nice, real humble, and real sweet. And next thing you know, like Miss Jazzy said, they copying your whole style. I'm like, when I did see people walking, it ain't nobody. I just did certain things to just make it me, what I do. Because everybody can walk. Like I said, everybody can cook. Everybody can clean. You got cleaning channels. Hell, y'all will be surprised. You will get somebody, and that happened. A lady has a cleaning channel. She was saying that she introduces products. She does stuff like that. Y'all, she said women out of her chat, she encouraged them to do something similar. Do whatever you like to do, even if it's cleaning. But y'all, tell me why she said there were 2 women, and then there were more, that started to explain what she was doing, like I said earlier, verbatim. Started to explain what she was doing. And some people say ain't nothing wrong with that. But you know, the people who really believe that there's nothing wrong with that are the people who would do it too. The people who really believe there's nothing wrong with that are the people who would do it too. She said, look, if she got Fabuloso, okay? And she said, look, first of all, I clean my floors with Fabuloso. Then I give a second rinse, and then I clean it with Pine Sol. Say just something like that. Just some type of unique way that she does it. Do you know that those other content creators went and started saying that it just like verbatim what she did? And there was no, oh, I got this from so-and-so, her channel, and this is how she does it. That's what they did. They just took the whole thing. And I was like, wow. So people don't care. It could be down to the way you eat a piece of crab. It could be the way. And remember, everybody laughs and talk about how Beloved serps up the crabs and stuff. But everybody else to get numbers in their chat, what do? They make sure they're gonna make some slurpy noises. They're gonna be, and a lot of times people just want to watch you eat. Cause I don't like to watch all that smacking. Jazzy says, you are so right, Lance Pride. The ones that do that to me are all, see, I'm telling you, 50 plus. Yep. Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's always the ones who are like 45, definitely 50 and up. And I'm like, I don't know if this is like they're thinking like, you know what? I'm definitely not going to be young anymore after this. Like they're in their 40s and 50s, they're thinking, I got to do this, or I got to do that, or I don't care who toes I step on. I'm all about that. You do what makes you feel good, do what makes you feel comfortable. But I ain't all about stepping on people's toes, period. Hey, Mad Dog, where you been? Where you been, Mad Dog? What happened to our game night yesterday? Mad Dog says, welcome in, everyone. Double tap the screen or click the 3 dots to the thumbs up. Okay, to thumbs up the live. I appreciate that, Mad Dog. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, my moderator, Mad Dog. No good. The top Mad Hatter. Okay. Coming in, saying hello with the hearts. And please asking y'all to thumbs up the live. And I appreciate y'all for giving me those thumbs up. Miss Jazzy says, hey. Lakeitha says, hey, Mad Dog. Yeah, I've been on here 2 hours. I just got through fussing talking about I be trying not to be on this live for 2 hours. But Lakeitha came in. Lakeitha said, don't blame me. Miss Jazzy came in. Miss Jazzy said, don't blame me. I'm glad y'all came in because we had a conversation. And you don't always have to agree. That's one thing too. People when they don't agree with you or when you don't agree with each other, y'all, they will literally stop talking to each other. Did you agree with everything that you and your sister, every conversation that you and your sister had, every conversation that you and your parents had, every conversation that you had with your best friend, every conversation that you had? If you agree with everything, y'all both were probably a little fake. Not that you didn't love each other, but you were trying not to have a confrontation. It's okay for people who love each other and know each other, and it's even okay for adults who don't know each other to not agree, because we're not the same. If I don't agree with Miss Jazzy on something and we talk about it for a little bit, one or two things are going to happen. We're just going to automatically agree to disagree. You don't even, like I was saying, you don't even have to even say that. You can say it, but if I say something, Miss Jazzy says something bad, then I say something, and me and Lakeitha may agree with Miss Jazzy, and then I say something. At some point, after about 3 or 4 exchanges, why do we have to get mad at each other? We just know that we don't agree on that topic. On to the next topic. Y'all, people would literally fall out because they don't agree on the topic. That's why I don't like to talk about politics. I love, love, love politics. I love going around educating people about politics, but that's why I don't talk about it on here, because some people aren't open to education. My thing is, you can have your mind made up, but what is wrong with the idea of having a conversation with somebody that you don't agree with, and maybe they can plant a seed or open your eyes to something that you didn't look at. Maybe they can plant a seed or open my eyes to something I didn't look at. Doesn't mean I'm going to change my mind, but what's the worst that could happen? I might. But see, people don't look at it like that. They look at it as like, no, don't might. If I tell you this, you need to change your mind. No, I'm gonna think about what you said, depending on who you are. First of all, if I respect you enough, and then I'm gonna look at it and try to understand it from your point of view. And even if I understand it from your perspective, from your point of view, it still doesn't mean I'm gonna change my mind. It means that I might. It still doesn't mean you're going to change your mind if you can see what I'm saying. It means you might. But if you don't, guess what? We move on to the next topic. We move on to the next conversation. When I see you in somebody else's live, I'm not going to be shady with you. When you come back to my live, I'm not going to treat you poorly. You just learn to have adult conversations. Imagine if everybody agreed on everything. If everybody agreed to think the same way about everything, it would really be really boring. It would really be really boring. You wouldn't get a lot of things accomplished in certain situations because everybody is thinking the same way. We had a pandemic. Imagine if everybody believed we didn't need protection. How things could have gotten. You know? And it was obvious how bad that was. But imagine if everybody agreed that we didn't need protection. Of course, some people would reluctantly agree because there's no way on God's green earth that we can all agree and think the same way about everything. Now, can there be a group of people who agree and think the same way? Of course there can. But even sometimes their minds are capable of being changed. But if not, you just move on. That's an automatic agree to disagree. Like, that's one of those things where I say all the time, I just kind of learned, like, at some point in life, you don't even have to say that. Like, it's okay, but you don't really have to say, well, let's just agree to disagree. I think sometimes maybe people say that. I mean, it's a legitimate statement, but sometimes when you start to pay attention to certain people, when you get to learning them, they say that when they just don't want to argue anymore, or they don't want to debate anymore, or if they haven't been able to change your mind. And I'm like, that's cool, but honestly, we naturally agreed to disagree. We naturally agreed to disagree. Miss Jazzy says, great example, the pandemic. Yeah, imagine if everybody thought the same way. I think at the end, better minds prevailed, because even those who thought, oh, it's just like the flu, it's just this, even most of them at some point, reluctantly and even angrily, they did what needed to be done most of the time. because those in charge, eventually greater minds prevailed. Even those in charge who didn't believe anything should be done. I mean, it came a point where like, you got to do something. You got to do something. You've got to do something. So even many of those who were in charge, who thought, oh, it's just this, it's just that, we're not going to make these people do this, even they came around. Even they came around. Not all of them liked it, but they eventually came around. You know, and certain restrictions were put in place. And it's just like, they were so angry. But how do they think women feel? How do they think women feel when they're told, y'all, as mad as these people got about masks, how do they think women feel when they're told basically that it's like they can go to your OBGYN appointment with you if you have a pregnancy and something is going on with that pregnancy where God forbid, you have to already make a hard decision. And the doctor knows the decision that needs to be made. But you got some knuckleheads in Congress who feel like, well, no, after 50 years of this precedence, we're gonna decide what you and your doctor do with your, you and your situation with you and your baby. Doesn't matter what you want to do. Doesn't matter, you're already in a hard spot. Doesn't matter what your husband wants to do. It doesn't matter what you and your family wants to do. We're just gonna make you have this baby because we say so. Because we say so. Sometimes like common sense is just not so common anymore. And this is 2025, y'all, and common sense just isn't that common anymore. That's crazy. 2025. And the lack of common sense amongst those in charge, amongst a lot of those who follow them, is ridiculous. The lack of common sense is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I don't know why this, maybe it's just something it does, y'all. It has little blue dots by the messages. Little blue dots by the messages. I see Mad Dog was speaking to Lakeitha up there. Oh my gosh. Miss Jazzy says, no, I don't agree with everything. Right, absolutely right. Y'all, I forgot all about the train. Oh my God, it's that time too, y'all. It's that time. Oh. Y'all tell me why I just stopped and looked toward the train, like the engineer could see me. I just stopped to look toward the train like the engineer could see me. Like, you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Again, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you. I love each and every one of you guys. It's been 2 hours. You guys have spent a long time with me. Lakeitha and Jazzy, you guys have been in here like an hour. I appreciate you, ladies. Mad Dog, I appreciate you for coming in. Jill's Comfort Zone. Everybody who came in here today. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Lakeitha, Miss Jazzy, Mad Dog, Jill, Famous from Rooted in Essential Oils. Who else? It was some more people. Did I say Jill? I know I said Jill, didn't I? I better have. Jill's Comfort Zone. Y'all, thank you everybody that came in. Me Time came over here. 70s Senior came in. I like to try to name everybody. Eris B. And thank you again, Eris B, for that super sticker. I appreciate it. So yeah, thank you to, I think Eris B was the first one. See, that's how long I've been on here, y'all. I forgot who even was in here. Y'all know my chest don't be that big. I like to try to recognize everybody. Okay? But thank you guys so much. Yes, Lakeitha, that doggone train. I'm about to get out of here. It's smooth right now, but it's loud. It's loud when it wants to be. And I just stood there looking back at the train like, will you be quiet? Will you be quiet? Like the engineer could see me. Lakeitha says, take care of yourself, Last Pride. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Lakeitha. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. And take care of yourself. Y'all have a blessed and beautiful rest of your Monday and rest of your week. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful work week, free week, whatever you're choosing to do this week. Just be blessed and thankful. Thank God that you are here, and we got to be thankful for each and every day. Okay, enjoy Monday just like you enjoy Friday. Enjoy Tuesday like you enjoy Saturday. Enjoy all days of the week, okay? I know we look forward to the weekend, but all days are blessings. So I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk and Live Pride. Thank you for those thumbs up, and thank you for coming into the live. Bye, y'all. It don't want to end. What the heck? This phone acting crazy. Y'all know what it means, right? Time for another phone. Bye, y'all.